Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Ward. 9 races on Nicopolis Stakes Day at Belmont Park. We're expecting a few showers, 19 degrees Celsius. I think the track will probably still hold up though, a good 4, and the rally will be at the 9 metre position. Race number 1 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 12:04. It's the free entry to Belmont Park Maiden over 1,300 metres. And in replay, let's go to the Larkhill Trials on the 7th of September and the run of Brave Dream.
On the outside, Ruby Chino, Patio Furniture to the outside, Just Peachy hugging the inside. Behind them and starting to make stealthy progress, Brave Dream is already up, contesting the leading line with Bryce Road beaten. So well into the final furlong here, picking it up, Ruby Chino, Patio Furniture, Zingano, Brave Dream. Zingano still just in front of Patio Furniture, and the Zingano.
It's not often we see a Cerise and White galloper in one of these Saturday maidens. I think they've got a pretty good strike rate when they do rock up, and I'm expecting number 10 Brave Dream to be very hard to beat. It's a daughter of one of the stars of the Cerise and White Brigade, Dream Away. She won a Group 1 and plenty of other major races. Gate number 10 here, Clint Johnston Porter in form. Thought the trial was okay. He's had 2 trials since we last saw this horse at the races, but one was back in February. The most recent one we saw in replay on the 7th of September. Goes on top from number 11, Zingano for Lindsay Smith and Chris Parnham. Has also had a trial before coming back to the race. He was on the same day. Beat Patio Furniture by a quarter of a length. Gate number 3 here. Spent a bit of money on this horse, typically for those racing in the colours of Chris Wells. Can certainly not go well here without surprising, having its second race start. Now number 2, My Hidden Journey for John Doyle and Stephen Parnham has drawn rough here, gate number 9, but has placed in each of its last 4 starts. 4 minor placings from 9 goes for My Hidden Journey. And another horse that's had plenty of opportunities is number 1, Trade Fair Express for Bruce Watkins and Jason Whitekin. This has been placed 9 times out of 13, including in its last 3. I'm just expecting a couple of these down the bottom to improve beyond all these exposed horses. Top selection in race number 1 is number 10 Brave Dream. It's beat 11 Zingano, 2 My Hidden Journey and 1 Trade Fair Express. Race number 2 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 12:44. It's the Amelia Park Plate over 1,200 metres for the newly turned 3-year-olds in replay. Let's go back a fortnight and the runner-up effort of Dom to Shoot.
Eliminate as they straighten them, Dom to Shoot and Kerman Rock. Racing inside the 250 and Starfield Impact looking to do it all the way. In front of our boy Dylan. Here's Fanta on the outside joining in with a good run. And then came Eliminate. How's the Serenity? Dom to Shoot starting to put in a strong burst, but Fanta raced up to Starfield Impact. On the outside, Dom to Shoot. But it's Fanta, not in the orange colours. It's in the all black for Justin Warwick and races.
Dom to Shoot was second in last year's WA Size Produce Stakes. Prior to that was beaten 4 lengths in the Caracat. I thought the trial in beating Pablo's Poem was okay, and I thought the run 2 weeks ago was okay as well. Was towards the rear of the field, ran on strongly, had the best late sectionals. In another few strides probably gets up to beat Fanta. Has to give way all around here due to the conditions of the race, including 5.5 kilos to Indigo Blue. But this, to all intents and purposes, is a maiden with a Group 3 runner-up going around with it, carrying 59.5 kilos. Goes on top from number 5, Indigo Blue, who was second first up behind Captain Burglar. Went around at $2.40 that day. Probably a little bit unlucky not to get the chocolates. Clearly has got plenty of ability, and the dam has thrown some decent ones, including Mr. Genoa. Then a really big gap for mine to number 6, Type 1. Now this is the horse that's named after the Type 1 diabetes sufferer in the Kieran McDonough family. Chloe Has a Party claims here, only down to 53 kilos though. That's her minimum riding weight, so just a 1 kilo claim. And then number 8, Sweet Demand. There's 2 horses here from the Pierce Yard going around. Life for a Life makes its debut, as does Sweet Demand. Joe Has a Party gets the ride aboard Sweet Demand and was a last start trial winner. Top selection in race number 2 is number 1, Dom to Shoot, to beat 5 Indigo Blue, 6 Type 1 and 8 Sweet Demand. Race number 3 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:19. It's the Tab Touch West Speed Platinum Handicap over 1,200 metres. Very even race this. We're going back to June for the replay and the last start performance of Taj Mahali.
Indigo Wild, then Position of Power coming to the outside, and so's Nero Dio. Captain Kink though burst clear, 250 left to go. Captain Kink had shot over 3 in front. Position of Power, Nero Dio are trying to run it down, but Captain Kink with 100 left to go still led more than 2. Position of Power, he's got them done, Captain Kink. Captain Kink all the way, and there's the claim gone for Jade McNaught. Well done, Jade.
Taj Mahali gets a couple of gear changes for her first up assignment. Comes here without a trial. The earmuffs go on before the race, as does the tongue tie. I think there were excuses last start, probably one run too many for Taj Mahal. He went round as $3.60 and was beaten just under 6 lengths by Captain Kink. That in itself's not particularly bad form. Prior to that, had won 3 in a row, 2 in the Goldfields, and then 1 in this grade at Belmont Park. Gate number 1 here gets a claim for Chris Graham, goes on top. From number 7, Abbey Lane. Now this horse, you're going to have to watch the weather here. If the rain comes before race number 3, then Abbey Lane probably goes on top. Has got a very good soft track record, 4 wins and 1 minor placing from 10 starts. But on dry tracks, just the 4/3 from 12. So it's critical that there's a bit of give in the track. Goes in for second on form. Number 9 is Plain Red. Now, I quite like the trial that Plain Red gave behind Stage Man, beaten a length and a quarter. For Anne Durant and Clint Johnston Porter, strictly on form, probably not done too much thus far. Did win first up in a maiden on the 5th of April and then was a little bit disappointing at Pinjarra on a couple of starts. Can certainly improve on that, and I did like the trial. And then number 1, Angry Annie for Tiana Robertson and Maddie Derrick. She's ridden the horse both in its recent trial and its last start in the Kilgardy sprint, behind Magniforce. Comes back to town here, but rises in weight quite significantly, 5 kilos from the last start in the Goldfields. Top selection in race number 3, very even race this. Number 2, Taj Mahal to beat 7 Abbey Lane, 9 Plain Red and 1 Angry Annie. Race number 4 at Belmont on Saturday. We'll jump at 1:59. It's the Sweps handicap over the sprint trip of 1,000 metres. And in replay, we're off to the Larkhill Trials and the run of Riverboat.
Into the straight now and over toward the inside with the initiative Rebel Knight. To the outside, coming out after it, Riverbow, Stage Man, between horses Karanis, then Playing Red. Cup Knight is beginning to thunder down the outside, still with a few lengths to find. Stage Man goes up to Riverbow, then Playing Red, Cup Knight. Stage Man puts the head in front though from Riverbow coming back. Stage Man just in front.
Yes, he's drawn sticky. Yes, he hasn't won first up. And yes, he's got a gear change here with the visors coming off, which I'm not too sure about considering he's racing them for quite some time. But it was very hard for me to get away from the trial of Riverbow. He was only just behind Stage Man and he ran a super trial. He was on speed most of the way. I think they can probably get forward here from gate number 7. And in a race similar to the previous race where I think there's quite a number of chances, I was willing to go with number 1 here, Riverbow at the top weight. Goes on top from E Always, number 2 for Misty Baisley and Chris Parnham. Won 2 in a row, a Class 1 and then a graduation handicap at Belmont Park, beating Weapon Son, who's also in this race, before finishing behind Denim Pack last start at $2.10. That was over the 1,200 metres, certainly back to 1,000 metres suits. Just a little bit of query about the depth of the form, particularly that win over Weapon Son. He's the next horse we're going to talk about. He's number 4 here, Christy Bennett. She keeps the ride. She rode the horse last time behind This'll Test You, was beaten 2.5 lengths. Draws gate number 8 here. The This'll Test You form is probably the most questionable form in WA at the moment. Just simply how good is that galloper? I think his balloon was pricked last week for sure and certain. And then number 5, Special Choice. Now, a lot of people will say this horse has got a fair bit of class because of what it did as a 3-year-old. I'm not entirely sure. Just a 1 win from the 9 starts. The blinkers come off here. Has only had the 1 trial. Has won up to 1,200 metres. Debuts over the 1,000. Gate number 1. Really not sure. Top selection in race number 4, going with number 1, Riverbow, to beat 2 E Always, 4 Weapon Son and 5 Special Choice. Race number 5 at Belmont on Saturday. We'll jump at 2:39. It's the Morley Growers Market handicap over 1,400 metres. And in replay, back to Larkhill and the trial of Last of the Line.
To go, and Flower of War leads a half-length. Pablo's Poem, Fair Nikita to the outside, now looking threatening, Celebrity Queen. Oristano comes deeper, behind them State Attorney, angling for the run. Moving up quickly, Celebrity Queen. Now State Attorney in pursuit with Oristano. Celebrity Queen now in pursuit is Oristano, and coming through State Attorney. Still Celebrity Queen in front though. Celebrity Queen has won from Oristano.
Absolutely loved the trial of the Last of the Line. I know he finished 5th. He was beaten 3 and a bit lengths by Celebrity Queen, but he wasn't asked to do too much. Ryan Hill got a little bit busy with him in the straight just to keep his mind on the job, and I thought he looked super comfortable over 950 metres. Resumes here first up over 1,400 metres. Both of his wins have been over the 7 furlongs. The rating out of all of his races have been pretty good. He's won 2 from 3. Gate number 1 here, if he's anywhere near as good as I think he might be, he should be winning a graduation handicap with 57 kilos. goes on top. From number 6, Native Chimes. Now, this horse is looking for a hat-trick. It's won a Class 1 and a Class 3, but both of those races were in fillies and mares grade. The ratings out of them have been pretty good. Gets gate number 1 here, settled on speed 2 starts ago, settled back last time out, so adaptable this horse, and Justin Warwick has got it going really, really well. It's clearly the main danger. Another danger is number 3, Approach, for Anne King and Alan Kennedy. Another horse seeking its hat-trick, won a Class 1 and a Class 3, then against the boys, beating Annihilator, who franked that form on Wednesday, albeit in midweek grade. And then number 4, Go Crying. This horse simply cannot draw a gate. Drew 14 of 14 last start. Prior to that, 9 of 11, has drawn 7 of 9 here. The form is reasonable enough. Has won at Belmont over the course and distance. Hasn't won for 399 days. Goes in the minors here, but certainly keep a little bit of an eye on Go Crying. Top selection in race number 5. Looking forward to the return of number 2, Last of the Line, to beat 6 Native Chimes, 3 Approach and 4 Go Crying. Race number 6 at Belmont on Saturday. We'll jump at 3:20. It's the Byron Bay Premium Lager Handicap, 1400 metres. And in replay, let's have a look at the last start win of Inspirational Girl.
They're followed further back by Turbo Power. Now, where's Inspirational Girl? Found a run and is starting to work into it pretty well, but Massimo kicks. 200 left to go. Massimo shot 2.5 in front. Pike gets busy. Inspirational Girl, she's putting her mind on the task. The record's looming. The record's Pikes. He goes up with Inspirational Girl. She comes away and he sets a new Australian benchmark once again.
Inspirational Girl's had 7 starts, 6 wins, 1 second placing. That was in a very slowly run race, and she got back. She returns here after a freshen up of 56 days. Gate number 7, Chris Parnham rides. He takes over from the wizard, William Pike. And in replay, she beat Massimo by 1 length and 3/4, getting just half a kilo off him. Now, Massimo is not rated around the 80s anymore. She gets in here with a rating of 81. I think she is going to take a stack of beat in here. Anything black odds, I think, is over the odds. Goes on top. Number 3, Patristic, will probably be a leader here for Greg Cave and Christy Bennett. Now, Christy gets back aboard this horse. She rode the horse 2 starts ago at Northam in a Class 5 where she beat Awesome As. Then last start came to town in a 72 plus, which is roughly this grade, and was beaten by 0 demerits. Can certainly give you a sight on the speed, but I just think the class of Inspirational Girl is going to tell. The other Cerise and White galloper in this race is number 7, Western Pride. Resumes here off just the 1 trial. Was beaten by Bogart in that trial. Not really sure about the quality of Bogart from the Cerise and White camp. 2 starts ago, won a graduation grade race, beating Zephyr Queen by 1.5 lengths. Now, you'll look at it here, gets 4.5 kilos off Inspirational Girl, but I think there's more than 4.5 kilos in terms of quality between them. Only goes in for 3rd. And then number 2, Red Publisher, comes out of that leading girl race on the 12th from last Saturday. He was beaten 4.5 lengths, but the form of Red Publisher is probably better than it looks on paper. I know he's finished 6th in each of his last 3 starts, but one of those was in the Idyllic Prince. He was only beaten 3 lengths by free trading. It was a high rating race. Top selection in race number 6 is number 1, Inspirational Girl, to beat 3 Patristic, 7 Western Pride and 2 Red Publisher. Race number 7 at Belmont on Saturday. We'll jump at 3:55. It's the main event, the Nicopolis Stakes over 1,200 metres. Nicopolis, it's Greek for the city of victory, and boy, he had plenty of victories in his career, including back-to-back Toorak handicaps. In replay, let's have a look at the recent trial of Celebrity Queen.
Leads a half-length Pablo's Pom, Fair Nikita to the outside, now looking threatening, Celebrity Queen. Oristano comes deeper, behind them State Attorney, angling for the run. Moving up quickly, Celebrity Queen. Now State Attorney in pursuit with Oristano. Celebrity Queen, now in pursuit is Oristano, and coming through State Attorney. Still Celebrity Queen in front though. Celebrity Queen has won from...
I like Money Matters as a horse, but having looked at the trial of Celebrity Queen and the weights in this race, very, very hard to get away from her. Gate number 1, 4 wins from 7 starts, resumes bang on the limit here. She's a 78 rated horse. She's seeking a hat-trick of wins. She's had 161 days off. The trial was outstanding. She did it in the style of a very, very, very good mare. And she gets 5.5 kilos off what I rate as the main danger. She clearly goes on top. From number 2, Money Matters. He's won back-to-back races in this grade, beating Jericho Missile and Highland Beat. They were both over 1,000 metres. Steps up to the 1,200 metres now. He's been crying out for 1,200 metres. That should suit him better. But he's gone up in the ratings, gone from 81 to 85 to 89 now. And I just don't think he's going to be able to give the weight to Celebrity Queen. Number 4 is Multiverse. He's won 7 of 14 over course and distance. He drops in grade upgrade from a listed race to the 78 plus. He may well be looking for the rain to come. His soft track form is probably slightly superior to that of his dry track form. And then number 5, Highland Beat. He only just lost to Money Matters 2 starts ago, and then last time out he was beaten 2 lengths, but he was wide all of the way. He's drawn a central gate here. He could certainly improve, and I'm more interested in his form from 2 runs ago than the last start performance. Top selection in race number 7. Excited to see number 7, Celebrity Queen, against number 2, Money Matters, 4, Multiverse, and 5, Highland Beat. Race number 8 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 4:35. It's the People Start handicap over 1,200 metres, welcoming People Start to the Perth Racing family of sponsors. That company will be sponsoring this year's Kingston Town Classic at Group 1 level. In replay, let's have a look at the recent trial of Oceans 15.
Bartet coming through in the centre, and down on the inside is Oyhana to the outside, running on Oceans 15 at the 250. Brooklyn Pier nicely clear. Express Time the Grey is coming on the outside, and back behind them Prevailing Winds, and down the outside is Oceans 15, and battling away is Bartet, but it is all Brooklyn Pier. It's going to bolt in over Oceans 15, and Brooklyn Pier won it well from Oceans.
Pretty shallow race in spite of the reasonable size field. Going with number 7 here, Oceans 15. Now clearly the Ganjimi Racing team have got a fair bit of time for this horse. He's drawn gate number 7 here. He's a proven fresh commodity. He's won first up, he's won second up, and his trial was pretty good. I know he's beaten 6 lengths by Brooklyn Pier, but that's a galloper that's going to play, I think, some significant roles during the Ascot Racing Carnival, and this race is shallow. Goes on top. I think the main danger might be number 4, More Aces. Now, this horse hasn't won for 903 days, and he rises in class as well. But he was okay first up, and he does map advantageously here. Gate number 6, I think he'll find the front. He had a little bit of company on the speed last time out when beaten 1.5 lengths by Flower of Scotland. He probably gets it his own way here. Number 3 is Bad Wolf for Ash Maley and Alan Kennedy. Now, this horse was building to what looked like his first win in WA, but before being very much unsuited by the slow tempo last start. That was a race won by Tonka Tough. Put a pen through that. That's not going to stack up at all. He could improve out of sight. And then number 2, Danny George. He's another horse in this race that hasn't won for more than a year, but he just dropped in class from a 72 plus to a 65. He goes in the minors. He's 5 from 20. Top selection in race number 8, number 7, Oceans 15, to beat 4 More Aces, 3 Bad Wolf and 2 Danny George. Race number 9 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 5:15. It's the Crown Perth handicap over 2,100 metres, and in replay, let's have a look at the dominant last start win of Bonneville Black.
Turn and hit the front shortly afterwards. 2 lengths behind them, Maserati, Fancy Fox, then Double Digit. GUNNAGO switching back inside of heels. Bonneville Black reaches the lead. Further back behind them, Throw Down at the 200. Bonneville Black the leader. GUNNAGO winding up now. He's coming out after them here. Bonneville Black from GUNNAGO. Bonneville Black the leader. GUNNAGO won't get to it. Bonneville Black responding, and Bonneville Black comes away to beat GUNNAGO. Double Digit third from Maserati, then
Bonneville Black absolutely brained his opponents in the replay race. Looks like meeting 6 of them on Saturday, and what's critical for mine is that Bonneville Black has demonstrated he can both win off fast tempos like last time out and slow tempos like the race 2 starts ago when he beat Throwdown. Matty Derrick gets on well with his horse, continues to claim down to 53 kilos. So it's been gone around with 52.5, 51.5, now 53. I don't think it's going to be any imposition. Goes on top. From number 4, ACONITE, who's now up to a staying trip. Has placed on each of his last 4 starts and races beyond the 1,600 metres for the first time this campaign. Gets a claim as well with Chris Graham taking over from Lakdara Romilly. So down to 56.5 kilos. It's just a different form line. Then the Bonneville Back form lines come back into play. Number 2, Double Digit. He's got nearly 3 lengths to make up on Bonneville Back from the replay race. He'll probably be hoping for a moderate tempo here. And I think the same can be said for number 3, GUNNAGO. He's in the same boat as Double Digit. Probably a questionable stayer over the 2,100 metres. Probably better suited to a mile. And he's got a bit to find on Bonneville Black as well. Top selection in race number 9. It's going to be hard to beat number 6, Bonneville Black. 4 ACONITE, 2 Double Digit and 3 GUNNAGO. It's now time to nominate my best bets on the Belmont card, going with Cerise and White Gallopers in back-to-back races. Race number 6, number 1, Inspirational Girl, and in race number 7, the feature, number 7, Celebrity Queen. It's easy to stay up to date with everything that's happening at Perth Racing. You can log onto our website or you can follow us on one of our social media channels. Until next time, bye for now.